Record. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Monday Night Live. I'm Michelle Stuchel, Emerald Ambassador, and I am so excited that you are here with me. I'm going to go and share my screen now. And we are going to be talking about keys to success. Okay, Emily, thumbs up. Can you see it? Perfect. Okay, keys to success. So, our key to success. It is who you are, not just what you do. Who are you becoming? Who are you growing into? What is your character? Because the degree to which you grow as a person, that is the degree to which your business will grow. You are your brand. Okay, why isn't this working? PowerPoint. Hello? My PowerPoint's not working. You are your brand. And for some reason, my PowerPoint is not working. Well, if it doesn't work, I'm just going to keep going. Okay, you are your brand. It's character. Thank you. There we are. Now I can't see your face, nobody's face, but that's okay. You are your brand, and people may join for products, but they are joining you because they trust you, they like you, and they think that you can help them. This is 100% a relationship business. And so let's talk. Let's talk about who we are becoming and the character attributes that are going to make you successful and get you where you want to go. Okay? Because you are the key to your success. Now, each one of us is made in God's image with unique talents, unique gifts, dreams, desires. Leah's gifts are different than, say, Lisa's gifts, which are different than Kayleen's gifts, different than Jamie's. We each have a different dream, but there are certain character attributes, certain qualities that every top earner and, quite frankly, leader that I respect and model myself after have in common. We're talking about character. We are talking about integrity. And we are talking about qualities that I think you're going to recognize. And it's who you are. I have here on this PowerPoint the airplane analogy. Your business is like an airplane, right? And your fuel, every airplane needs fuel, and your fuel is your why. It's why you are doing things, because without a strong why, you're never going to get anywhere. And your airplane needs two wings to fly, right? You've got to have action. You've got to do your IPA. You've got to do the right things to talk to people about Plexus. But your other wing, it's all about growth, personal growth, because again, the degree to which you grow yourself as a person is the degree to which your business will grow. So let's talk about some of these qualities. Let's talk about humility. One of the best definitions I've ever heard about humility is agreeing with God. That you are nothing without him, but everything in him. Here's the second best definition I've heard. Humility isn't thinking less of yourself. Now catch this. It's just thinking of yourself less. Truth bomb. How focused are we on reaching our goals, our points, versus helping our team reach their goals, helping others find solutions, focusing on God and serving others? And then guess what happens? When we do that, we reach our goal, because you just cannot, I repeat, cannot outgive God. Realize that your points and your business is a direct reflection of how many people you are serving. How are you helping others reach their goals? And as you change your focus from I to others, not only will your joy increase, but so will your business. Here's another facet of humility: being coachable. When your upline suggests something, or you hear from a Jewel their perspective on your situation, they aren't just doing it to hear themselves talk. They are doing that to help you. Do you have an attitude that's open to feedback? Are you open to input, or do you have all the answers? Are you doing the same thing and expecting different results? Or are you going to your upline, asking for their wisdom, asking for their feedback? When a jewel or diamond makes themselves available to you, do you do all the talking or do you ask questions? All of this shows humility. Okay, let's talk about kindness. Being others focus. Focus on how what we have is a solution for others, not just the points they can give you. Do you envision what this opportunity can do for other people? Or are you just quick to sign people up and too afraid of what they will think of you? Are you kind? Are you asking questions about their life? Are you sharing what God has given you? Because truly, we are a steward over this amazing thing called Plexus, both the products and the opportunity. All of that is kindness. And what about faithfulness? AKA, this is called consistency. Doing the dang things each and every day. Yes, take a Sabbath. Are you faithful? Can people count on you? Is your yes, yes, and your no, no? When you say something, will it be done? Is your word as good as true? Are you consistent? And what about joy and peace? I mean, really? Need I say more? Are you a stress case, worrying about your success sprints, worrying about subs that are being turned off, or where your next join is coming from, where, oh my gosh, I need one more join to get that 3 for those 100 extra success sprints? I mean, what you put out there, you are going to attract. And who wants to join a stressed out, self-centered person? No one. And do you know where joy comes from? Gratitude. It comes from being grateful. I think it was Amber Miller that said this on last year's Ruby retreat. She said, go into your back office. Yes, go. Look at it and be thankful for what you see. Be thankful for what you have. Thank God in the little, and He will give you more. Thankfulness, gratitude unlocks miracles. And guess what? You'll be a lot happier. And then, quote, miraculously, things will begin to shift. Now, does this sound like another list you may have heard? Anyone? Galatians 5, yes, the fruit of the Spirit. And guess what anchors all of these together? Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness. The linchpin?
The Holy Spirit.
Self-discipline, self-control. Self-discipline is what holds it all together and causes you to grow, achieve, becoming the person that God, becoming and achieving all that God has put in your heart. Okay. And this is the price tag of leadership, because guess what? It's really easy to tell your team what to do and how they need to grow. It's easy to know the right answer. But John Maxwell said it best. The hardest part about leadership is leading yourself. The greatest challenge is leading me. And listen, I am preaching to myself, definitely. It is much easier to teach what I know than to live it. As my daughter says, actually, it's my husband. He says, never underestimate my ability to be a hypocrite. And this takes self-discipline to grow. Okay. Listen, people want to coast to success. People want the easy button, right? The lottery ticket, but nothing worth having is easy. Everything worth having is an uphill battle. Everything, relationships, a paycheck, everything you want in life, you need to work for it, and it's hard. There's no easy button. Nothing will just come to you. There's no cure, no secret sauce. It takes work and self-discipline. But here's a little secret. You were made to do hard things. You were made to overcome. And that's why I'm looking for people that want more, people that are hungry, people that are willing to do what it takes to have the life they really want instead of settling for mediocrity. You know, John Maxwell says you can do nothing for or with the undisciplined person. Hello, Truth Bomb. And it's the same for our people with our products, right? If they're not going to be disciplined taking the products, they're not going to get results, right? Same thing with the business, same thing in life. If you're not disciplined to do the things that you know to do, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. We want to be doers of the word, not just hearers of the word, right? And we are all learning and growing. So there's no, look, I'm not shaming anybody, but here's the thing. I may not be where I want to be, but thank God I'm not where I used to be because of self-discipline. So let's check our attitude towards self-discipline, okay? What is your attitude when I say self-discipline? The popular term now is grit. I think people don't like the term self-discipline. But what do you think of when you think of self-discipline? Do you think of it as a tunnel where it's heavy and dark and you're just going through? There's so much stuff going on. It's heavy. It's so much. It's hard. And it's all focused on you and the pain. Lots of excuses. But conversely, your view of discipline can be as a bridge. A beautiful bridge that's elevated above the waters. It's elevated and you can see the destination. You know it's taking you to the other side, and there's excitement. There's a huge difference between going to and going through. Through is hard, but going to is life. Certainly it's a journey, and self-discipline is the vehicle to get you where you want to go. Everything worth having is an uphill climb, and an upward climb gives results. Self-discipline is the difference between temporary success and lasting success. Success is an uphill journey all the way. But look at all of these benefits. Everything worthwhile: wins, preparing, high morale, high self-respect, self-improvement, living out of purpose. You're being fulfilled. You're making an impact. You're doing the things versus mediocrity, losses, low morale, low self-respect, no improvement, couch potato, empty, good intentions. And you all know the road to hell is paved with good intentions, right? You know, I live about 45 minutes from the beach, and sometimes we'll go in the water and you think, you know, I always have a couple markers looking at the shore, and you think that you're just hanging out floating. But unless you're actively staying, like moving against the current, you're being pushed downstream. And before you know it, you're half a mile down from where you began. Because the downhill slide is easy and fast. And if you're not intentionally growing, you are going downhill. Most of us have uphill goals and desires. Unfortunately, most of us have downhill habits, and downhill habits don't give us anything positive. And we cannot have continued success without self-discipline and effort. It's just impossible. And self-discipline is what allows you to make that climb. And you know what? It's really easy. It doesn't take long to coast, right? I mean, think about your food habits. You're great all day, and then something happens, and all of a sudden you eat 3 cupcakes. Boom, you've ruined your nutrition plan in half an hour, right? It's a lot faster and a lot easier to go downhill than go uphill. But uphill always pays off. And it pays off because of discipline. No one can push you uphill. You have to do it yourself. And there's no such thing as accidental achievements. Self-discipline is the bridge. Whoops. Okay. Self-discipline makes your habits your servants instead of your master. It makes your habits your servant instead of your master. Okay, let's talk about what are these things that we need to be consistent on. Talking to new people about Plexus. You know, I feel like so many times we make our business so complicated when in reality, it's really quite simple. We talk to people about Plexus consistently. We follow up with people about Plexus consistently. We teach others to do the same consistently. We grow personally and professionally consistently. and you post consistently. Those are the things that you've got to be disciplined on in order to move the needle forward in your business. And the core of all success is self-discipline, not a quick fix. And there's nothing, again, you can do for the undisciplined person to make them successful. You've got to take that ownership that your name is on your paycheck and your points. So here's the difference, right? Oh, let's talk about this. The super athletes. The super athletes get this. They make their habits their servant, right? Because their habits take them, your character produces, your actions produce your habits produce your character produces your destiny. And think about super athletes. Day in and day out, they're practicing. Do you think they get up in the morning? Do you think Tom Brady says, gee, I wonder if I feel like practicing today? No, he has made action he masters his desires and his habits. He doesn't give in to feelings, right? And we have a lot of feelings in this business. And listen, I'm a hot-blooded Lebanese chick. I got probably more feelings than 10 of you combined, especially at my age in perimenopause. And all the older ladies said, amen. I get feelings, but you cannot allow your feelings to dictate your behavior or your actions or affect your self-discipline. John Maxwell said this, giving into feelings without right thinking is a downhill habit. Emotions above thinking is downhill. So how do we get uphill? We have emotions, we acknowledge them and feel it, work through it, and then apply right thinking. And this requires self-disciplining of your mind. The girl that went fast start silver called you and told you she quit. That's a feeling. You thought you were going to rank up and your points went backward. That's a feeling. Your best friend who you thought was going to join you said, there's no way. There's a feeling. You're at the same rank for 6 months, 7 months, a year. There's a feeling. But what's the truth? If you are consistently growing, consistently analyzing and determining what skill you need to master, because what we do is a simple set of skills that anybody can master. Learn, analyze, figure out, is this a skill problem or is this a mindset problem? And then grow yourself as a person. And then do the action consistently. And if you want to grow fast, do it with intensity. Then you can trust the process when you're doing the right things. And you can know the results are going to come. And this requires discipline. You have to temper your emotions with right thinking. My business doesn't hinge on one subscription, one person. I am going by the truth of this business. The battlefield truly is the mind, and it requires incredible self-discipline to train it, but you were made to do hard things. And this is where it gets fun, because as you change your thoughts, you're going to change your life. Now listen to the difference here. I have to do IPA versus I get to do IPA. I have to do a 3-way call. I get to do a 3-way call. And these 3-way calls are going to cast vision, and I am attracting business builders to me, and I know how to develop them, and my team is exploding. This is taking me where I want to go. Yes, have the feelings, but apply right thinking. Now, self-discipline is most easily developed in your strengths and passions, right? And you need fuel. You need fuel. Remember that airplane analogy? The fuel for self-discipline comes from your why. Why are you doing this? What will that extra $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month do for your family? That why, that fuel, that passion, will help cultivate, will help be the fire to that self-discipline. And Maxwell says this, there's a connection between your willpower and your why power. When you are doing your why, you will have a will. And it's easy to develop self-discipline in the areas of your strengths. Maybe you're a great recruiter. Maybe you're great at developing leaders, or maybe you're a great connector. Maybe you're great at social media and branding. You've got to know what your strengths are. And then leverage them. Make sure you spend time on them each and every day, and it will fuel you and help you get results, because you may be mediocre in areas of weakness, but you can be excellent in your areas of strength. And it's doing what you care about and what you're good at that will fuel your soul and give you soul satisfaction. You know, it's been said that a lack of self-discipline is a lack of knowing what you want in life. When you don't know what you want, you will be aimless. If you're taking a trip, you need to know the destination and a plan to execute. You need to know what to pack. You need to know where you're going, right? And without a vision, the end destination, you won't have any self-discipline to get there. For me, financial freedom is my goal. I have a number in my head each month that I want to make. I know the actions I need to take to get there. And I'm constantly going to my mentor, my coach, to make sure that I don't need to be tweaked and to make sure I'm not missing anything. And this is going to yield freedom, options, choices, and funding the kingdom of God. And it will allow you to create the life that you've dreamt. You know, self-discipline is what makes consistency possible, and consistency always compounds. I love this graphic because see how long it's straight and then all of a sudden it goes up, right? And at the beginning it says what's uncomfortable then becomes comfortable later, and it yields success. But when you're not constantly growing and using self-discipline, what's comfortable early becomes uncomfortable later, because here's reality. You either pay now and play later, or you play now and pay later. Same thing with our health, right? Everybody gets that. You either invest in your health now to get back on track and to be strong and healthy, or you're going to pay for it in doctor's bills, lost time, and lost life. And consistency always yields the compound effect. And consistency provides security and a roadmap for other people. They know they can depend on you, and that you know what to do. It compounds. Look at any of our top leaders. They've done these actions, talking to new people about Plexus, following up with people about Plexus, teaching them to do the same, growing personally, professionally, doing the things. And they didn't stop because they didn't get there in a month or 2 months or 4 months. They didn't say, I did this 8 times and it must not work for me. John Maxwell says you shouldn't even start counting the times that you try something until you get to 10,000 times, because your success will compound, and self-discipline allows that compound effect to come. Self-discipline allows you to get better. Disciplined growth, disciplined thoughts, disciplined actions is the key to your success. You let it be your bridge, carrying you high above the waters below, taking you to your destination, a fabulous life of your dreams that people only dream about. But for you and me, it can be a reality. Aristotle said it the best. Through discipline comes freedom. Through discipline comes freedom. And that is what we want. It's who you are. It's what you were made for. Because, let me stop sharing my screen. Can you see me or the screen? Me. This is what you were made for. Because you know what my Bible says? Oh, I may even start to cry. It is for freedom that Christ set you free. Nothing short. And if you settle for anything short, you're missing out, because that is what is available to you. And that's all I have. Use it as your bridge and grow. And have a great night, everybody.